everyone, it's Kelsey here. I know this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, but I wanted to share with you guys my latest work on my December Daily album. Yes, I know it's March, but I am not done with my December Daily yet, and I'm determined to get it done, hopefully this weekend, but if not by the end of March. So in that first part that you saw, I punched holes on the opposite side of the envelope because that's the way I wanted it to appear in the album. And I'm going to put some Christmas cards in there, and I just wrote cards in there, on there, I should say, with gouache, which I learned about in the Cal Barteschi script class, which I took a little bit later. I got like a deal on it or whatever. And so, yeah, I really liked the class and I wanted to play with the gouache. So this was my first attempt, and it didn't come out as good as I wanted it to, but you know, it is what it is. I haven't played around with it too much, so I'll just have to play around with that in the future. So then this page I sped up even more because it took a really long time. I'm working on all of these pages back to back to back, and it took me about an hour and a half, and most of that was probably working on this page. Because as you can tell, I'm just flipping through my 6x6 paper pads that are Christmas themed and just cutting out either like just random patterns that are Christmassy, or some of them like where the houses are and the trees. I tried to make sure I got the right image in the circle. And this circle page has text on it, and it just came with my Simple Stories like Snap album that I chose for my December Daily album this year. And so, yeah, I just wanted to back all of these with patterned paper, and then I'm going to put a few things on the circles and just kind of fill those out. So what's really kind of cool is these dollar paper packs that I got at Joann's. Um, they're from American Crafts, and I found them in December sometime. And the front page has like a sample of all of the papers that you get in the collection, and it happens to be that they're a little bit smaller print than the regular papers, and they were the perfect width, perfect size to go behind these circles, so that actually worked out really perfect. I didn't have to cut into any white paper in the paper pack there. And I just tried to stick with a red, light blue, and green color scheme, even though I was mixing the paper pads. So, and as you can see here, I'm going to layer up some buttons and brads, and I cannot find my mini glue dots. I looked for them everywhere. I cannot find my glue dots, so I had to use dimensionals, which I don't like to use as well, but you got to do what you got to do. And then I also use some of this sticky tape, and I'm going to use some flare badges and buttons and brads and just kind of fill in some of those circles. So this was a lot of fun, and I'm going to back it on a different layout. I done another paper layout that's more like physical. It's not a pocket page, and I'm just going to back it on that, and um, that's going to be this page. It's going to be all done. So I'm really excited that I did decide to do a December daily this year, even though I'm not getting it finished until March. Um, but and even though we really didn't do a lot this Christmas, um, it wasn't a very big Christmas. We didn't spend a lot of money. We don't have any kids, so sometimes the holidays can feel a little less special, maybe. But I actually do really like the way that my December daily has turned out, and I'm really proud of myself for using up a lot more of my supplies. Um, I went through most of my supplies in two different sessions working on this December daily. And if you remember, I only purchased the three paper packs from Joann's, which were $1 a piece, and then I got the Hello December card kit and accessory pack from Stampin' Up, and then I just used what I had in my stash. And so I feel like I did really good not spending much money, and I used up my Christmas stash from the previous year. And so I really went through most of the stuff that I'm going to use, and I threw the rest of it, I threw parts of it away and put them in grab bags just because I know my style, and I'm like, if I haven't used it in two December dailies, I just know my style and I won't use it. So I kept a few things, I tossed a few things, I put a few things in my giveaway or de-stash baskets. And yeah, that's pretty much the story with that. I'm really, really excited to be clearing out some of my Christmas stash because I hate having supplies on hand like that I just don't use very often. I feel like it's such a waste. So, here, my December daily, I also put together with my Thanksgiving, and if we do anything for New Year's, I include my New Year's in there as well. Um, so I'm kind of jumping out of order here and doing my Thanksgiving layout, and I kept it pretty simple for this page. I'm just gonna stamp that. It says Happy Thanksgiving. That's a stamp set from Lawn Fawn. And I'm just going to stamp on this gold. I had some gold ink and I had the hardwood stamp from Stampin' Up! And I just stamped that onto a 3x4 card. I had done that previously when I was working on my December daily and I just had it in my stash, so I thought that would look pretty for a Happy Thanksgiving layout. And it made a nice little filler card. So I don't know if I'm going to do like a little bit of an opener to this album or what. I haven't really decided yet. Um, but at this point I'm almost done. I worked on my album an hour and a half in this portion of the video, and I worked on it for about another hour and a half, and then my camera died. But I was kind of done anyway for the night, and then I still have a little bit of work to do on it and couple more ideas, and I need to dig out my sewing machine and stitch um, some pages, but then I'm going to be done and I'm really excited because, yeah, I feel like it's high time that my December daily is done. So I took this little heart stamp. You can barely notice it even in person, which is kind of a bummer. But I wanted to bring in some of that yellow color that was from up above, and really I should have used a different yellow color for my stash because that Sunny Day from Studio Calico is just too light and bright of a color to really show up. But I just stamp those little hearts around the Oh Goody, and I'll do some journaling on that later. So many times when I say I'm going to do journaling later, because I'm in the middle of a video and I don't want to like sit there and write it out and have you guys have to wait. Sometimes I forget to do the journaling, but I didn't this time, so I'm really proud of myself. Because sometimes like I get done with the layout or I get done with the spread and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to journal right now. But, and then I don't leave it out. And yeah, it's kind of a problem. So, anyway, I'm using a lot of my 3x4 cards. I've used a lot of them in 3x4 pockets, but I'm also getting to the point where I'm cutting them down for these 2x2 square spreads. I've only got 2 of those sheets, but I don't have any 2x2 cards that are Christmas themed, so this is how how I made up for that. I'm going to use this last vellum pocket. I've already used 2 of them, one on a layout and one in a different 2x2 pocket, and I don't really have a reason for putting it in there. I just couldn't really decide what I wanted in these pockets, if I wanted them to be clear, if I wanted them to be paper, but I had already done a Christmas themed pocket page that was kind of like this where it had a bunch of clear pockets. So I wasn't sure that I wanted to go with the same idea. So for this page, as you can tell, I have a bunch of pictures of desserts because for whatever reason this year I decided I needed to make 6 desserts and it happened all in one night. So I ended up making 4 cookies, a pie, and toffee bars all in one night. It was kind of crazy. My kitchen was a complete mess, but in the end it was worth it and it turned out to be a lot of fun. So yeah, I think it was worth it, but I remember being so stressed out that night and then so proud of myself that I had made so many desserts. I brought some to like our family dinner and I brought some to our neighbors and I brought some to a little get together I had with friends. So, yeah, it was definitely worth it. It was just a lot of stress and a lot of baking. And I'm not a big baker normally. So, anyway, I decided in the end because I had taken all my photos of the food on my hand and I used my floor as a background. So it's just like this warm brown vinyl, which I really love, even though it's just plain old vinyl. I love the floors in this house that we're staying in right now. So, and all the pictures were like warm brown colors because like it's cookies, it's baking. So I decided to go with these craft and brown colored papers. And then I put a number 6 on there just because I had made 6 desserts, but I'm thinking about changing that. And then I took out these Tim Holtz word stickers, which I had purchased recently, knowing that I was going to do um, this work on my December daily. And so these are the seasonal words. I have the regular words as well. And I use the craft on purpose. It shows up a lot better in person using the craft word stickers. And I just found some different Thanksgiving and food related stickers and put those on there, and it's just kind of a collage type piece. I don't know if that's the word I'm thinking of. So yeah, I'm thinking about putting that 6 there, but then I know that it's going to be transparent on the back, and that's not really going to make sense because it's backwards. So I don't really like that. So I'm going to go through my stash and try to find one other paper or something that is craft colored. And yeah, kind of on a mission here because I used up all the craft paper that I could find. But then I found this grid paper. It's got grid on it, and then it's got those little chevron lines, and it does have brown on there, so that's what we went with. I'm going to use a little bit of adhesive, put the 6 on there, and then put that in there. And then on the back side, I had put those cork number stickers. They say 11, and I put those in there on a piece of paper. And that I will actually work on at a different time, but it's going to be things that I'm grateful for. So you'll probably see that in another video. So I'll show you how that comes together. So now I'm just trying to decide what else that I want to work on. I had a few things set to the side. I had all my pictures printed out, but I had a few things set to the side that I knew were ideas that I wanted to use and work with. One of which included a tag to journal on and this Black Friday photo. So I actually really like the way that this little spread turned out because green is not, I really love the color green, but I don't use it a lot because there's a lot of ugly shades of green. So this one kind of tied in the green and the yellows in this card set. So I end up not using that document card right there. I end up using a different card. This one has a lot of like filler type cards on it, just because I don't always need much on a 4-card layout, but yeah. Anyway, so I really like that diamond pattern card. I wish that I had done more with it, honestly, but I just really like the basic look of it. Then I put some washi tape on here, just some black polka dots and gold stars, and that's going to have some journaling on it. I don't even know why. I didn't need hidden journaling on this page, but I really liked the idea of having a tag with some secret journaling on there. So this spread is all about Black Friday and shopping on Black Friday, so it has some hidden journaling on there too, just as a little, I don't know, interactive element. And then I'm going to use these stickers. Sorry that you can't see them super well. My sticker binder is big and it just doesn't fit on my desk as well as I want it to. And these letter stickers were weird. I know they're from an old Studio Calico kit. But they, like the C, there were no small C's, but there were small A's and there were small L's. And so I don't know why there was some uppercase and some lowercase of some letters, but none of the others. And then I put that lowercase Friday on, or R in Friday on there, and it was as big as the capital F. So I don't know how this letter set worked, but I kind of like the way it came together. It was kind of kitschy. So, and then look how small that Y is. I don't know. It's just kind of funny looking. But I just decided to spell out Black Friday just so you could see that I did some shopping on Black Friday. And so even though this picture is of my order that came and that came in December, obviously the layout's about the shopping that I did on Black Friday. And then I put that same combination of washi tape on there that I did on the tag just because, I don't know, because you can't see it, but it ties it together. And then that diamond card has some yellow on there, and then I used the gold washi tape. So I took some of this yellow ribbon, which I had won at the last card class that I went to, and I think it's called Crushed Curry. It's also by Stampin' Up. And I just decided to make a little ribbon and put it through that tag and just make sure that, I don't know, hopefully by having the ribbon on there, people will know like it's an interactive element. I don't really know. Probably not. Unless you're a scrapbooker, you probably don't know these things. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling, and that is going to finish up this portion of my December Daily album. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sticking with me in my December Daily journey. And please tell me that I'm not the only one still working on my December Daily in March, because I feel like it's a little sad. Anyway, I will see you guys again soon. Bye.